Hello and welcome. It's Hump Day, and This Is Going Well, I think, with David Cooper. I'm David Cooper. You know, this is the only show where no one's listening, no one cares, and where every episode's the last episode. I've got Tony 5 rearing to go, and he claims he's got a wild story about a restaurant he went to in Eastern Europe recently. I don't know what the hell he's talking about, but I'm excited to hear it. So let's hear from him.
David Cooper.
Tony.
He pressed the button before the little man asked. How are we, baby?
I'm so tired. I got 3 hours of sleep. I'm a little cranky.
Bodes well.
But other than that, I'm doing very well.
Great podcast as usual. Great entry, David. Well played. Going in for the kill.
Coming in hot. You just got back from Liechtenstein, Romania or something?
I did. I got back from Romania. Do you want to hear a weird story? You haven't played my fucking theme tune, David.
Oh my gosh. And now, live from London, England, it's foreign correspondent Tony 5.
So I went to Bucharest in Romania, and amongst the other things that happened, I don't know, I'm going to ask you whether you think this is weird or not, right? So two things I thought about whilst I was there. Do you think blind people, and I mean blind people, Stevie Wonder, have a fear of height? It's not funny, it's a real thing, because I was flying up and I thought, like, there was a woman that was a bit scared on the plane, and I thought to myself, I wonder if you're blind, whether you actually have a fear of height. It's a good question, isn't it?
Do colorblind people have a fear of color?
Maybe.
Do deaf people have a fear of loud noises?
Well, they can't hear it, so how the fuck... Exactly. It's weird, right?
I think a blind person has probably fallen from a height before. Probably they're more likely to do it when they're young because they can't see, right?
That's the fear of falling. I'm talking the fear of heights.
But I'm saying when you're a young blind man, woman, or other, and you're running around and you fall off, I don't know, a deck or a swing set or a playground gym, whatever.
But how do you know, like, you're high up? And if someone... like, if you walk in a plank, for example, above a ravine.
Well, what I'm saying is you get a concept...
Oh, my God, that's the first time I've ever said the word ravine. Do you know that out loud?
Is that really like an American word or something?
No. Do you know, have you ever had that when you say a word, you're like, I've never said that word. I've seen it, I've probably read it, but I've never actually said ravine. And it felt so weird. It felt, when I said it, my arsehole twitched a bit. But anyway, carry on.
I can't handle you today. No, what I'm saying is if you've fallen from a height, whether you are sighted or not, you have a concept for height.
Yes.
Because you get hurt from it.
But what about the fear of it?
Well, I'm saying you could have a concept for it, being unable to see it. And so, yes, I think you could develop a fear of it. Now, is it common? Has a blind person ever developed a fear of heights? That I don't know. But I think it could be possible.
Oh, that's a poor argument. Because he's blind, that means he'd have a constant fear of heights then. How would he know? He could be sitting there talking to you, and have a fear of heights sitting on the floor.
But imagine how nice it must be not to have a fear of things like spiders, you know? All the fears that you don't have, that you can't have. Who cares if you're a little scared of heights? I guess you just use your walking stick to detect whether there's heights around.
Okay. So, let me tell you what happened. So, I was in Romania. I was working in the day, evening I was going out. And I went to someone suggested, go to this Romanian restaurant. And I don't know whether you have them in the US or Canada. So, like a sort of, I wouldn't say like a high class, it was like a takeaway. And there's a counter, and behind the counter is the kitchen. And on the front, they've got a little TV. And you're just playing, like radios, right? Well, TV stations, usually, right? In a Chinese restaurant. So I walk in, and on the TV is hardcore pornography.
What?
Right, but there's no one there. So I've walked in, whoever it is obviously in the kitchen, and I'm talking about full-on, hardcore, double penetration, with some triple, actually. Girl was a good one. And, pornography. And I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm hungry, so I want to get food, but then my chef or my host is basically a pornographer, and I don't know what to do. And I'm sort of stood there, and it's like hardcore porn playing on, like a massive, flat screen TV in the corner, which is usually, I guess, would have like the news or something, just to...
Like a sports bar, or as you'd call it, a sports pub?
No. It's kind of like a small takeaway restaurant. I mean, the equivalent would be like a pizza joint, like a small local place,
Yeah, no, I follow you. Now, let me ask a clarifying question here. Could the staff see the pornography?
It's just one, so it's on the side of the public.
So he can't see it.
Well, he obviously can see it because it kind of straddles both the desk where you pay your money and you order your food from the menu, and then behind that is a door which is the kitchen because you can hear like frying and whatever. So
was there volume? I have more questions. Was there volume to the pornography?
Very low level because I can hear the cooking and it's very low level porn, but you can still hear like that. So it's really weird.
This is wild.
And I'm stood there kind of looking at it, and this guy came out, right, and said, because obviously I don't speak fucking Romanian, so he's like, what do you want? Ignoring the pornography, literally ignoring the pornography. And I can't bring it up because he's like in his 50s, maybe early 60s.
You're too British to bring it up, basically.
Well, it's not British, it's just human. Like, what the fuck? I mean, the British. How are you going to bring up, hello, mate, yeah, I'd like some Romanian food, and someone's getting cum on her face over there. Would you want me to, like... So I kind of just sort of went, pointed at it and laughed. And he looked at me like he was annoyed with me. Motherfucking Romanian, right? And I'm sitting there thinking, stood there. So I've ordered some food, some grilled chicken and whatever. And he goes back. Now, what do you think's going to happen now?
I don't know.
Now, what do you think's going to happen? So he's taking my order, taking my money. There's obviously nobody else in there because I couldn't hear any. It's not like a restaurant. It's the takeaway, right? So he's obviously gone back to the kitchen area to make my food. Tell me, in a normal world that is non-Tony 5 related, what would happen in a normal world?
He'd make your food and he'd give it to you.
No, in a normal world, he'd turn off the porn. What the fuck what's the matter with you? He fucking left it going.
Well, he's enjoyed. What day was this? A Friday night? He's had a long week.
No, it was a Monday.
He's had a long week.
It was a Monday. So I'm kind of just, this isn't right. Is this what happens in Romania? And like I said to you, he looked sort of disgusted with me. That's why I walked out feeling dirty. Whereas it was nothing I literally just walked in with a guy, and I'm not talking about a small screen, it was like a 42-inch screen, so the penis was life-size close to you, just very straight, and I was really suspicious of my food after that for some reason.
But you elected to eat it anyway.
Of course I was hungry. I'm not crazy. There are people starving in the world.
How much was this meal?
Oh, it was cheap as chips. They're very poor.
Did you tip?
I mean, they're very poor, about £6, maybe $9.
Okay, was it worth it? I mean, you got the porn, you got the food, you got the chicken.
Yeah, but the feeling of disgust wasn't, included in the tip.
Wow. Did you watch whether he washed his hands?
You can't see it because he's in the kitchen. He's like behind this door.
He might have been there might be a copy of the TV in the kitchen and he was just masturbating before you came.
Again, David, I've got so many questions. It was like an old TV, like it was a flat screen, but a flat screen that's probably the thickness of a brick, not like a thin flat. So I'm thinking, does it have casting? Has it got AirPlay on it? Well, it doesn't have AirPlay, so he's obviously got a casting thing somewhere behind it in a USB or a HDMI, which means he shoved it from his face. He's physically done it. He can quite easily turn it off and put on YouTube or put on a Disney show, but he hasn't. He's just left it going on with some guy in there.
Because he's a goddamn patriot.
Exactly. Romanian communism still exists there. And anyway, so that was the first thing that happened. The second thing that happened is I went to the Romanian parliament, which, quick fact for the one person that's probably listening, second largest building in the world after, what's the first largest in the world, David?
Yankee Stadium.
Pentagon.
Oh. Now, was there pornography playing in the halls of parliament? Yeah.
Yes. So in front of everywhere I went in Romania, So I went to like a daycare center and there was a huge like freaking porn there. Yeah, I went to a McDonald's. They shoved it there. There was Ronald McDonald fucking the burglar from fucking the Burger King, and the Colonel was there jizzing over both of them. I mean, yeah, it was just horrific.
It's the Romanian version of like elevator music, I guess.
Very strange, but that was like really my my sort of my comeback from that. It was just, and it really bothered me. Like so Monday night, like Monday like afternoon, it happened for lunch, and then I got back, and I was kind of thinking to myself, did that really happen? And it did really happen. It was very and then obviously because I'm thinking that Google is now asking me to review it. So like obviously when you've been to a place, and then I get, how was your thing at Turkmenistan's chicken?
Chicken was okay. Pornography amazing.
Yeah, chicken A+, pornography B-. Could try harder. But yeah, it was a surreal time. But no, I had a good time, and obviously carrying on. So the postcards have gone out, David, to our listeners. There's no ricin on them, so we're all good to go, David.
You're all out of ricin and anthrax for the season.
I'm all out of ricin. Yeah.
I'm not convinced you sent them to everybody who sent us an address because you're confused. You're Tony, and
I've got porn fog.
It's funny. This reminds me of something I saw on television, which I'll get to in a second. But I will compare. So if you don't get your postcard in the first round, I will make sure Tony sends you one for those listening. Because the number you sent is less than the number of emails we got. This much I know. Okay, the pornography thing. I was watching an old episode of Seinfeld, and George's dad is walking around with a man with a cape. And George finds out, and he's like, why was my father with a man with a cape? Why was a man with a cape with my father? And he's just so confused and perplexed. He's not angry. He's not happy. He's just so perplexed, and that's the feeling, yeah.
Yeah, that's the feeling. It's not anger. I wasn't confused. I wasn't even disgusted, because me, myself, David, as you know, I'm a disgusting human being. But yet, I was just... Yeah, I didn't know whether it was a cultural thing. Do all restaurants in Romania have pornography showing freely? I don't know.
The only way I could figure it is he has one of those late night TV shows that allow pornography, and depending on the country, the amount of hardcoreness, if you will, of the pornography varies.
I think you missed the fact, David, that I said it was about 2:30 in the afternoon. I think you missed the fact that I said it was lunchtime.
I just was trying to come up with some plausible story, but there is none. There is none.
So, yeah, it was a very... And he was, like, crazy. Talking of Seinfeld, he was, like, crazy looking. He looked like that guy that was played by Michael, whatever his name is. You know, the Kramer?
Yeah, Michael Richards.
Michael Richards. He looked a little bit like crazy hair and like a white T-shirt that had, like, stains on it. He looked a bit like him.
You might have been in, like, a Just for Laughs taping.
Yeah, I know, like a hidden camera, like a candid camera. And I thought, then, like, you know what I'm like. I'm thinking, fuck, David's gone all out of his way to do this to me today in fucking Bucharest. But it wasn't. It was dead genuine. It was really strange.
I mean, you might end up on some Romanian hidden camera show where they don't, because of the laws there, they don't need your consent to sign off.
They don't need a disclaimer.
Yeah.
They just don't sign disclosure. Oh, maybe.
And they didn't need to do an interview with you after because your reaction in the restaurant was so funny. Like, I can't imagine any normal scenario where there wasn't something going on where this was planned. But just because I can't imagine it doesn't mean it's true. Maybe this chef is just the most awesome person in the world.
Yeah, very strange. But now I'm at two things. What, do I write that on a Google review?
Yes.
Or do I just leave it alone? Or do I just say 5-star, everybody go there, take your kids? Because that's what I really want to do.
Next week, I want you to read aloud the Google review that you write. You have to review it. Chicken was 3 stars, but the hardcore pornography playing in the front was what really sealed the deal for me. A must-see in all of Romania. Something like this.
Yeah, it is just unbelievable. It's insanity. Just insanity. I don't know why.
I love it.
But yeah, so that was my week in Romania. So still looking forward. We're T-minus, what is it, maybe 4 weeks till the big dog and the little Jew meet.
Yeah, I'm trying to put together a Thanksgiving that is filled with eccentric weirdos. So I'm excited.
It's going to be like, what's that dinner for? There was a program with Zach Galifianakis and Schmucks, Dinner for Schmucks. Do you remember that?
I never saw it, but I can imagine it.
It's like basically really rich, well-off people have to bring the weirdest fucking person they can to a dinner party, and they can bring like a guy who's like specializes in taxidermy of mice, one guy who thinks he's like a magician, he's not. It's just fucking ridiculous. So I've done that. I've bought your, just for the listeners who are calling, David's asking me randomly to bring him things from the UK. One of them is a biscuit called the Custard Cream, a very nice biscuit. Well done. I'm going to bring them.
Why have I never heard of this biscuit?
It's amazing. I'm going to bring you that. And I'm going to bring you its black cousin, the Bourbon Cream, David, which is basically similar to the custard cream, but instead it's got buttermilk chocolate in the middle and 2 chocolate biscuits as a sandwich.
Love it. Yeah, I love custard. I love cream. And I like Oreos. It seems like a vanilla Oreo, but with shortbread instead of...
Not shortbread. It's biscuity, but it's good. It's good. Custard cream came first. Really good. I'm going to bring you 2 packets of them. Got some chocolates from Miranda. I'm going to bring you some, I'm going to bring you something duck, because obviously I was going to bring you, because you didn't know, I was going to bring turkey gravy, but obviously you're not making turkey, you're making duck. So what can I bring with duck? What can I bring from the UK?
You're coming a day or 2 early. Let's just go to a grocery store here. Don't bring gravy across the Atlantic Ocean. You're insane.
Why not? Yeah, we'll go grocery shopping. And I've got a little itinerary of what things I'm going to do, but you've got me all of Thanksgiving Day, which will be lovely. And do I need to wear an outfit?
Well, we got to do a lot of things together. No, don't wear anything.
Oh, okay.
Come naked.
So no outfit?
Nothing. I'm trying to get my friend who is a stripper clown to join us.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Will she strip for us?
No, but she's totally insane.
Okay, I like her already.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Happy with that. Do you know what we should do? Because it would be so... I don't know who you're bringing, but the more insane people, the better. You should just record it and do it as our Christmas special. Just record the carnage of your... Thanksgiving dinner, because are we going to do the proper thing where we walk around like the table and say I'm thankful for, like, you know, black people, and I'm thankful for chicken, and are we going to do that? Because I want to listen, I'm coming for the Thanksgiving experience. You've asked me before, so like if I ever do come to Burning Man, I want the experience, the orgy tent, the shitting in a bucket. So this Thanksgiving is all about you, David. I've spent hard-earned money.
But I'm not American. This is all new for me, too.
Who cares? No, you do it every year, and I'm always, like, so envious. This is, like, the 5th year or something since we've met where you've done it, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I've gone there or done that or whatever. Is any family coming, or is it just...
I'm trying to get my brother John to come. You have to text him later.
I will. I'll text him and try and encourage him to come.
And he can bring his husband. I know he's like, I got to check for permission. I'm like, why don't you just bring your fucking husband? Who cares? More the merrier.
Yeah, the more the merrier, right?
Yeah. Anyway, fuck him. I think he's going to come. I hope he comes.
I hope he comes. Like you said, he always wants to meet me.
I've been living in New York for 3 years. Toronto's a 45-minute flight, a 6, 7, 8-hour drive, depending on the fucking border, and he hasn't visited me once. Visit is the past tense of visited.
So how far is it from Toronto to New York?
It's like an hour by plane.
An hour? Wow, is that close? Jeez.
It's close, yeah. There's a border, and there's a lake, and the highways they don't go as the crow flies. They kind of go a little bit north and then a little bit west. So by car, it's actually 8 hours.
Oh, 8 hours by car, wow.
Yeah, I think, door to door. You know, with the traffic and the border and the New York highways that kind of go a little bit too north and then go a little bit too west. But a flight's 45 minutes. It's easy. Easy peasy.
Let's do our proper catch-up.
Tony, I like you. And I want to talk to you.
But obviously, there's going to be 2 reasons why you're going to leave now, right? One is you've got a meeting or you're going to dump me for someone else. Or 2 is something to do with your bowels.
I've got explosive diarrhea.
Right, fair enough. David, adieu.
My butthole's doing that thing where it's like twitching kind of. And the twitches it's like pregnancy tremors, you know, or what do you get?
Yeah, there's no need for that. One of the ladies who sent me a thing saying, I'd love a postcard from you, but you two are disgusting. And that really hit me. that really hit me hard. You know, I love you two. You're great. We listen to you, but you two are disgusting. And I felt really slighted by that. But anyway, okay.
I love you, baby.
See you later. See you next week. Bye, everyone.
I'm looking forward to your custard cream.
That's what she said.